It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's going so fast. The days are going so fast. Trying to catch the day just as it goes by so quickly. So happy Tuesday. Yes, what's left of it from my end. And today we want to talk about outcome for growth. One of the things that has to happen when we want to grow, we have to change. So how can we handle change? Because many times we don't want to change. Most of us like to keep things the way they are. But for things to get better or for us to see innovation, to see improvement, there has to be change. And so one of the ways in which we can do that is by changing our attitude. And there's a quote that I would like to share from Henry Ford, which says, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right." So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And again, that comes to us making that decision that we want to make a change. So it's the mind more than anything else that determines how far you can go on the success journey. Because you know what? Change requires action. And most people are not willing to wait until they understand the need to change. Most people wait until they feel like it. They wait until they feel like it before they change. And feelings, you can't rely on feelings. You just have to make a choice and decide, yes, I am going to change this behavior. I am going to change my attitude. Because if you wait until you feel like it to try to change your attitude, if you wait until you feel like it, probably will never change. Because feelings are very fickle. We can't depend on fickle. You have to kind of see yourself doing it, kind of walk into it. And the way you do it is by understanding that it's an act of your will for you to change. It will lead you to action, and your positive action will lead you to positive attitude. So as an act of your will, it will change you, it will lead you to action, and your positive action will lead you to positive attitude. So by just the way we think can make a difference in the way we act, the way we observe, and with the way we look at change. And so changing our attitude has a lot to do with the way our minds think and the way we see things as well. So you can think about it in a way that it helps you change, to deal with change in a better way. So act your way into feeling positive today. So you act your way into feeling positive. Just put everything into place and start with the thoughts. Okay, changing our perspective on things will also help with our perspective, especially when we're dealing with change that we're not comfortable with. Look, there's always going to be change. We just have to learn to adapt. So if you want to change your attitudes, start with a change in behavior. In other words, begin to act the pact as well as you can. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, if you want to change your habits, for example, a habit of smoking. I still remember my dad was a heavy smoker, and I had traveled, I think I was about 10 years old. I traveled to London for the first time. I was only 10 by myself, but I stayed with family and with my family friends. And I had gone into a bookshop. One of the books I saw that I chose to buy for my father was a book on how to stop smoking. And to acknowledge him, when I came back, he chuckled when he saw the book. What's this 10-year-old trying to tell me? But he did try to stop. And he said, okay, so he'll try for a few. And I think the reason he went back was because his attitude was, I would try. So he tried. But for something like that, you just have to change. So to change that habit, what is it that non-smokers do? People who don't smoke, what do they do? For one thing, they don't buy cigarette. So our actions has to match up with what it is we're trying to change. Because if we're waiting until I feel like, okay, I'm going to stop, I'm going to wait till I feel like it, it's never going to happen. So just by thinking, okay, how would I act if I was a non-smoker? And I want to change from being a smoker to a non-smoker. What are the actions of a non-smoker? One action is they do not buy cigarettes. So the next time you go into the store, don't buy cigarette. You can just say, okay, well, I am not a smoker, so why do I need to buy cigarettes? And it takes some talking to. It takes some, because habits are hard to break. Habits are very hard to break. And so, but just thinking about it in terms of how would I act if I was that person that I want to be? It could be smoking, it could be something else, maybe eating foods that are not healthy. That's one thing as well. So, what do you think about that? What do you think? So, those are just my thoughts. Again, just remember, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford said that. So that's my bit for today. And I'm still working on coming in early. It hasn't worked out yet because the afternoons are just a bit tough, but I'm getting there. So how would somebody who gets how would somebody who does things at a certain time, how would they act? They have a time, they have a plan, they have a schedule. I'm talking to myself. Yes, I'm talking to myself. Put that into action. I'm learning just like I'm sharing, I'm also learning. So it's not just me talking, it's me also learning. So act yourself into changing. I want to change and come in earlier, because actually coming in late, it makes me go to bed late, which doesn't help me. So we're doing this for more than 10 months now, and I'm still not able to come at the right time when I want to. But hey, I just got an idea. Act like someone who comes on time. Or I won't say on time because I don't really have a time schedule, but act like somebody who comes at the time that they want to come, which is in the afternoon. Okay, let's do it.